and welcome back for another HIIT yoga session. For today's class, you're not going to need anything at all, just some space on the floor, a mat if you have one, and I always advise my students to have a bottle of water or a glass of water at hand, just in case, because you are going to get hot and sweaty. This class takes a Tabata style format. Although today you'll have more progressive options, I'll still offer all the scaled options, so just take it at your own pace, do what you can, I'll give you all the cues you need, and come and join me in Tadasana whenever you're ready, and we'll begin our warm-up. So we're going, this is week 5 out of 6 for our HIIT yoga sessions. So it's going to be a bit more progressive, take it at your own pace. And have your water to hand in case you need it. But we'll just start with a quick warm-up. So if you come and join me in Tadasana, and we'll just begin by rolling the shoulders back and down, maybe 5 times backwards, and then 5 times forwards. When you've done 5 times in both directions, come back to center. Inhale to lift one arm up, reaching up tall, feel that stretch in the side body. Exhale, reach all the way over to the other side. Inhale back to center, switch over the arms. Exhale, reach over to the opposite side. We're just going to do 3 rotations from side to side. Last one. And then come all the way back to center. Take the arms out wide now in a T-shaped position, and as we wrap the arms around the body, we're going to twist to lift behind. So just letting the arms fly around the body and just tap wherever they need to fall naturally. Think about lifting and lengthening through that midline. One more rotation each way, and then come all the way back to center. From here, just soften the knees. We're going to hinge at the hips, but think about inhaling to lift and lengthen through the crown of the head before you do, and then exhaling as you come all the way down into your Uttanasana forward fold. As this is the first one of the day, we're going to take opposite hand to opposite elbow, taking that ragdoll variation, just gently taking a few breaths, rocking from side to side, opening up that lower back, getting into your hamstrings, your hips, your glutes. And then gently bring the hands to the floor. From here, inhale as you lift the heels off the floor, chest to thighs, nose to knees, into a crouched, curled position. And then exhale as you push up and back, extending through the back of those hamstrings. Inhale to crouch. Exhale to fold. Last one, inhale to crouch. Exhale to fold. From here, take your hands to the front 2 corners of the mat, walk your feet to the back of the mat, find your down-facing dog position. Spread the fingers, soften the knees, and just gently pulse through the shoulders, opening up that upper back, pushing the crown of the head toward the floor. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, and then just gently extend through the feet, alternating from side to side, pedaling through the feet, walking that dog. Take a few deep breaths all the way in. Exhale. And then we're going to take right foot outside of right hand. Option to drop the knee to the floor if you want to, or keep it lifted, yogi's choice. We're just going to inhale to lift and twist. Exhale, elbow tap to the floor. 3 twists and taps on the right side. And then replace the hands, step back to down facing dog. Left foot comes outside of left hand. Drop the knee to the floor again, reach the heart forwards. Inhale as you lift and twist. Exhale, elbow tap to the floor. Another 3. From here, replace the hands, step back to down facing dog. Walk the hands to the back of the mat. Find your Uttanasana forward fold. Heel toe your feet out to the edges of the mat. Find your squat stance. And then inhale as we come all the way up, extended Tadasana, palms together at the top. Exhale as you come all the way down into the bottom of that garland squat. Take a moment just to open up those hips, using the elbows against the inner thighs. Think about keeping a nice upright torso. You can bounce up and down. Just gently open those hips. And then replace the hands to the floor. Heel toe the feet back underneath the hips. Walk the hands all the way to the front of the mat again. Find your plank position, and we'll take a vinyasa. So option to drop the knees if you want to. Exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. Walk the feet all the way to the front of the mat. Find your Uttanasana forward fold. Once again, take a moment or two in that Uttanasana ragdoll variation. And then whenever you're ready, inhale, come all the way up, reaching up tall, extended Tadasana. Exhale, release the arms, shake it all out. And you should be feeling a little bit more warm and mobile. So I'm going to set my clock as I always do for the 3 rounds of 45 seconds work. So we're doing 3 rounds of 5 movements. Each round you have 45 seconds of work and then 25 seconds of rest with a minute's rest between each round. So this clock will count you in. You'll hear it beep you in and beep you out to your rest. Hopefully you can hear that, it's quite loud. And then it will also give you the halfway marker as well, and I'll also give you some cues as well with how you're doing on time. So the first movement before I press that start timer is a prone IYT. So this is a really good one for opening up your shoulders. You're going to come down into a prone position on your mat, and you're going to take the hands straight out in front of you, forehead to the floor. From here, think about lifting the hands off the floor, just the hands. The chest can stay on the floor and your forehead can as well if you want to. And then you're going to take them all the way, so you're going to reach forwards for that eye. You're going to bring the hands back and down, reach outwards for a Y shape, bring the hands back and down, and then take the hands out to the sides for a T shape, bring them back and down. So you're just literally reaching out for all those shapes, a bit like the YMCA, but on your tummy. So I am going to start the clock. You'll have a 10-second count in, starting from now. So take yourself all the way down to the floor, coming into that prone position, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. So reaching the hands forwards, bring them back, squeeze those shoulder blades together, reach the hands into that Y shape, bring them back, squeeze the shoulders together, bring the hands out to the sides, keep those shoulders engaged, take them back to the center, and then reset. So I, Y, T. So you're just gently trying to keep that chest on the floor and keep that scapula engaged. So you think about squeezing that center section of your back that supports either side of your shoulder, either side of your scapula.
10 seconds.
You have less than 10 seconds left, so see if you can get one more IYT in. And then in 3, 2, 1, relax.
Yes.
The next one is a down dog hip twist. So this is our mobility round. You're going to press up into your down facing dog position. You're going to take one leg up and back, bend at the knee, play with that hip twist, work it, and then come back. And then you're going to do the same with the other side. So just spend 3 or so seconds opening up those hips, set yourself up, and begin. So this is a really nice one to start playing with that range of movement, figuring out how it feels. Maybe if you were going to take this into something like wild thing and start to go into those inversions and back bends. Figure out your hip mobility. This is an area where a lot of people are tight in the psoas.
Halfway there.
And other areas from sitting down in that position. You are over halfway. So keep working all the way through. Hopefully this should be feeling pretty nice on your
10
hips.
seconds.
This is a gentle start to the harder session. So enjoy it. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. Coming to the back of your mat now, we're going to start in child's pose. You're then going to scoop the chest through along the floor and then press up to cobra. Option to do sphinx. From cobra, you're then going to come up onto your knees, press up into that cat position. So pull the shoulder blades apart, suck the navel up and back, and then sit back into child's pose. So you're just going to keep scooping through, pressing up.
Let's go.
And then pushing through those shoulders. So really feel each position. Take a breath or two. Inhale to scoop all the way through and then press up. And then exhale as you push into that cat position and sit back into extended child's pose. So use the breath to guide you through.
Halfway there.
We've just done a lot of squeezing those shoulder blades together, so this should feel quite nice. So just keep moving through. Think about really deepening that scoop, seeing if you can get further into that thoracic spine. You have less than 5 seconds on the clock now. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. The next movement is a 90-90 with a hip thrust, which is optional. So you're going to find that 90-90 degree shape with the legs. You're going to take the legs all the way over to the other side, come up onto your knee, and then push your hips through, come back down, find that seated position, take it to the other side, push the hips through. So you can do this just simply with your hands on the floor if you prefer, doing those 90-90, take it back a notch or two. So pick your progression and then find that hip thrust. Really focus on pushing that pelvis through, squeezing the glutes to get that real opening of the hips, and then take it all the way back down, over to the other side and rotate again. So you're just gently rotating from side to side.
Halfway there.
Opening up those hips. Make sure that you do the same amount of reps on both sides. You have just coming up to 10 seconds left on the clock, it will tell you.
10 seconds.
See if you can get 1 or 2 more in each side. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. The next one, if you have a strap, feel free to go ahead and grab it. If not, we're going to just do a couple of arm circles. When it says half time, you're going to rotate in the other way. So with the strap, you're going to grab a hold of one end, wrap it around the hand. If you've done my hips and shoulders or my mobility classes, you'll have done this before. Lift it up and over, tap behind, tap in front. So I'm going to do this with the strap. At half time, we're going to draw a figure of 8 with the strap instead. So just gently keeping those arms, opening up those shoulders. As you're doing this, if you're using the strap, think about keeping those rib cages locked down so that you're not flaring through the lower back and the movement is just coming from your shoulders.
Halfway there.
At half time, we're going to take one arm forwards and then lead with the other arm. So you're going to draw a circle around, all the way around, and then in a minute, we're going to go the other way. So switch direction now if you haven't already. And we should get nicely into your shoulders. And relax. Put that strap to one side. You may or may not need it later. You have a whole minute's worth of rest, so if you need to grab a sip of water or anything else, then feel free. And I will begin in demonstrating the next movement. So the first movement is a side plank clam. So we're going to come down onto our forearms. We're going to lift up into that side plank. From here, you're just going to open the knee, close the knee, open the knee, close the knee, open the knee, close the knee. So you're squeezing the glutes as well. At half time, we're going to switch over to the other side, opening, lifting those hips away from the floor. Option to leave them on the floor if you need to. And again, open the knee, close the knee, open the knee, close the knee. So we're engaging the hips and the glutes, but we're also putting some strength through that side body. So set yourself up, find that side plank position, open the knee, close the knee, open the knee, close the knee. Really think about squeezing the glutes and the inner thighs at the end of each position. Maybe do 1 or 2 more open and closes. And in 3, 2, 1, you've reached halfway, so switch over to the other side. Find that nice side plank position. Open the knee, close the knee, open the knee, close the knee. So it's helping you find
10 seconds.
Stability and mobility in this position. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. Taking it back down into a prone position now, we're going to come down into our locust lifts. Taking your hands straight out in front of you, legs go back behind, forehead to the floor. As you inhale, lift the hands, chest and thighs off the floor, and then exhale to lower. So you're just literally going to inhale to lift, exhale to lower. If you want to make this harder, see if you can hold for a count of 3 at the top. Exhale slowly, inhale, shoot straight up, exhale slowly. You could even add a rock to make it harder still. So pick your progression. See how many rocks or lifts you can get. See how high you can lift those arms and legs off the floor. You're just coming up to halfway.
There.
So see if you can match that number if you're keeping count in the second half. This is our strengthening round, so you should be engaging all those back muscles. You should feel that this is quite tough. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming into a plank position now. Option to do this on your knees if you want. We're going to do a simple plank walk. So you're going to find your shoulders, hips and knees all in one line. And then you're going to go down onto your forearms, back up onto your hands. Rotating in the opposite direction so that we make sure we're moving equally through both sides of the bodies, all the way to the end.
Let's go.
So set yourself up. You can have the knees on the floor, knees off the floor, wherever you need to be. Forearm, forearm, hand, hand, forearm, forearm, hand, hand. So just keep rotating through. You can rotate one way for the first half if you've gone in the same direction all the way. And on the second half, which is in 3, 2, 1, switch sides.
Halfway there.
And rotate the other way. Or just keep alternating that rotation as you go through. You have 10 seconds left on the clock and 2 more movements on the list of this round.
Rest.
So the next movement is a fallen triangle leg lift. So we're going to come into that down facing dog pose. You're going to take the left leg through, we're going to switch halfway, and you're going to come into that fallen triangle position. From here, you can either just hold this for this entire round, or you can start to pulse the leg up and down, keeping tension from finger to toe. And then at half time, we'll switch.
Let's go.
So set yourself up in that down facing dog position. Take the leg through and under, out the other side. Come into that fallen triangle pose. Then lift the knee or leg off the floor, pulsing it a few times. If you want, you can just hold, and I'll count you through into half time. So start coming back to your down facing dog now. Step back, take a moment or two.
Halfway there.
And then we'll switch sides. So left leg goes, or right leg goes out the side, and then you're back to those pulses on the other side. So keep pressing that ground away.
10 seconds.
A bit like a side plank. Movements are getting harder now. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. So from here, we're going to come into a seated position on our mat. And we're going to come into those usual tuck. So option 1 is just a tuck, a seated tuck, sit-up type thing. Can't think what they're called now, crunches. Option 2, you can do it with a single leg. Come all the way down. Or option 3, find that hollow hold at the bottom with both legs.
Last round.
So set yourself up, find yourself in that seated position, and you can try lowering yourself to the floor with that single leg or double leg option, or just keep it with those single tucks. If you need to, you can take the toes to the floor each time and extend and do your regular tucks, or keep your hands on the floor as well.
There.
Is also an option. You're over halfway, so if you've been keeping count of your reps, see if you can match them again. Speed it up to the end. This is the last movement
10 seconds
of the round. So keep it all the way to the end, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Grab yourself some water. That is the end of your strength round. We are going into the cardio round now. So this is a bit more sweaty. You should be feeling pretty strong and mobile by now. And I will demonstrate the first movement. So the first movement of this round is a locust pulse. So for those of you that were just doing the lift and holds, or even doing the pulses, well done. We're going to go back to that movement. So we're going to inhale to lift the arms and legs off the floor, and then you're going to just pulse the arms and the legs at the same time, holding that dish shape. You can relax if you want to, so for those of you that can't hold it for that long, inhale to lift, maybe do 3 pulses, lower as you exhale, and then inhale to lift, 3 pulses. So set yourself up in that prone position on your mat. And in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Let's go.
1. Lift into that locust pose and start pulsing those arms and legs. So really squeeze the glutes, squeeze the inner thighs, point those toes and help the shoulders out. Think about squeezing that scapular area that we worked on at the beginning. You are coming up to halfway in 3, 2, 1. So if you want to pause, have a rest, and then pick back up and get back to it, you are more than welcome. Keep moving all the way to the end. You have less than 15 seconds left on the clock.
10 seconds.
Keep moving, keep pulsing, keep squeezing. It's not long now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The next movement is a down dog to chair jump. So you're going to find your down dog position, option to step or hop forwards to the front of the mat, catch in chair, and then come back down. Press back to down facing dog. If you're stepping, just step forwards, lift and step back. Find down facing dog, step forwards, lift, alternating the leading foot each time. So set yourself up, find that down facing dog position, bend the knees at forwards jump, catch in chair, hop back to plank, push back to down facing dog. And keep moving all the way until the end of this little break. So you're coming up to halfway now.
Halfway there.
Keep moving all the way to the end. Maybe see if you can get, say, 3 or 4 more of those full movements in. And then in 10 seconds, you can have a little rest. This one's quite a heart raiser. You're doing so well. Well done, guys.
Rest.
So coming back down into a seated position on the mat, we're going to come into tuck to boat. So option 1, toes on the floor. Option 2, toes lifted, hands off, hands up, wherever you need to be. You're then going to extend the legs and tuck into boat. You can just do tuck crunches, or you can do single legs if that's easier. Of course, you can always put the hands on the floor.
Let's go.
Too. So pick your progression. Think about keeping lifted through the heart, keeping that lower back from sagging down. It's very tempting to just let it all hang out at the bottom. So think about having that nice upright posture as you do this. So squeeze those knees into the chest and keep moving all the way to the end. You are over halfway. You're probably finding your hips are starting to burn from that compression. You have 2 movements left on the clock. And 10 seconds to go. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rest.
The next thing we are going to do is wild thing twists. So finding yourself in that down facing dog position. Option 1, just take the leg up and over, find that hip twist and come back. Or option 2, take it all the way over, tap the hip to the floor and press up into that kind of wild thing pose, or just thrust the hips up, wherever you need to be. Option 3, take it all the way over straight away. You're then going to take it over to the other side and repeat whichever variation you want to do on the other side. So you're just rotating, taking that hip to the floor. Actually, taking the hip to the floor is adding a bit more cardio to that movement. Moving through the body, feeling the body move and twist as you transition. You are over halfway. See if you can get 1 more each side.
10
seconds left on the clock, and just 1 more movement left of all of the rounds. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. Going back to our down facing dog position, we're going to come through to a planching plank, sending the fingers over the top. So if you can, option 1, or the hardest option is this, option 2, take the knees to the floor and press the shoulder blades apart. You're then going to take it all the way down to the floor and push up to up dog or cobra, wherever you need to be. Obviously Sphinx is also an option. So you're going to come from down facing dog, planche forwards, take that vinyasa and come through into that up dog. So it's a vinyasa but with a planche in that plank position. Instead, just to notch it up. If you just want to take a simple vinyasa, then you are more than welcome. You can even do that, knees, chest,
Halfway
chin,
there.
and then press up that way. You are over halfway, keep moving all the way to the end. See how many more you can do, maybe 2 or 3 more. With the
10
planches,
seconds.
remember to engage that scapular area. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Come to the back of your mats, take a glass of water if you want, or a sip of water, and then meet in extended child's pose. And we will begin our cool down. So just coming to the back of the mat, finding yourself in that extended child's pose. Take a few deep breaths. Feel the expansion of the shoulder blades as you inhale. Try and calm that breath down. And then just slowly walk the hands all the way over to the left. Feel that stretch in the right side body. Take another deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then walk the hands all the way back to center. And over to the right. Take another deep breath all the way in. Exhale. Walk the hands all the way back to center again. Come up onto your hands and knees. Swivel yourself around into a seated position on your mat and then come down onto your backs. Bring your knees in toward your chest. Hug them in tightly, rock from side to side, massage that lower back. And then taking your hands out wide in a T-shaped position, palms facing down. Glue those shoulders to the floor. Toes come to the floor. And then you're just gently going to drop the knees from side to side. Releasing off the lower back, releasing or unraveling the spine. Massaging the glutes and the hips. And opening up the chest and the shoulders. One more each side. And then just gently bring the knees all the way back to center. Hug them in tight, rock from side to side. And then whenever you're ready, come all the way up to seated. And join me in the center of your mat for one final deep inhale. As we take a nice deep breath in, lift the hands up above the head, palms together at the top. And as we exhale to the forehead, kind thoughts. To the lips, kind words. To the heart, kind feelings. Namaste.